We've been experimenting with the Nebula V Bombs that have recently been added to Warzone. They are absolutely spectacular. They're way more powerful than I expected. So when you set one of these things off, it will cover a large area of the map in the gas for about 2 minutes. And it works just like the gas does in any other way. Well, most other ways. So if people are in it, they can survive using the little decontamination things, or they can use gas masks and stuff like that. But it will kill them if they don't have anything like that. Originally, I thought this was going to be super overpowered because I thought, well, people can just set it off right near the end of the game and just leave like a little sliver of the zone ready for them to be safe in, but you can't use it in the last 3 circles, so it's not that useful for sort of winning a game, but they are super useful things to try out, and I'm pretty sure you could get a bunch of kills with them. Any damage you do to players using these Nebula V Bombs does count as like ticks for you. You get the kills, so if you set it off somewhere where maybe there's going to be a load of players at the beginning of the game, like Peak, where maybe it's kind of tricky for people to get out without getting shot, you could get a hell of a lot of kills with something like this. So to get one of these bombs, what you need to do is destroy one of the 3 armored trucks that spawn around the map at the beginning of the game. These spawn in Plunder and they spawn in Vanguard, Royale and Battle Royale. They're random, the locations for them, and they only spawn at the beginning of the game, and once they're destroyed, they're gone. They won't spawn again. Destroying them is fairly easy in Plunder because you can just spawn in with a rocket launcher and a munitions crate. It takes about 5 rockets to destroy one, or obviously you can use machine guns with armor piercing rounds. You can use thermite grenades, C4 maybe, although they do shoot back at you. The trucks can do quite a lot of damage if you're close to them, so you don't really want to get too close up to them. Once you kill one of these things, it'll drop loads of loot on the ground. So there'll be a ton of money, there'll be armor satchels, there'll be kill streaks, and there'll be an orange briefcase, and that's the Nebula V Bomb.
Soldier, you secured the Nebula V Bomb.
Now, we've just spent a couple of hours experimenting with these bombs, trying to set them off in different places, trying to set them off near the hatches to see if we could do anything, and just sort of recording the results. So in this video, I'm going to take you through some different situations where you can or you can't set off the Nebula V Bomb. First of all, when you do want to use it, it's just like a kill streak. So you just press like right on a D-pad or whatever your kill streak button is, and then it will sort of put the briefcase out and it will show you a small circle. You've got a few seconds to get out of that circle, and that's where the initial gas cloud will spawn. And then you'll see on the map there's a much bigger circle. That's where it's going to spread to over the course of the 2 minutes. And then it'll get to the edge of it maybe about 20 seconds before the end of the time, and it will hold there for about 20 seconds, and then the whole gas cloud will disappear at once.
Nebula V Bomb zone has faded.
I don't know if it's possible to destroy someone else's Nebula V Bomb. I hadn't had any enemies try to destroy ours, and we didn't see anyone putting one down, but you do get like a warning across the entire map when somebody picks one of these things up, and you get a warning when they set one off. Really bizarrely, it says tactical nuke inbound when they set them off.
Tactical nuke inbound.
Which is really strange because it's not a nuclear device at all. And even weirder, apparently, according to my chat, it's Butcher's voice who's saying that, which means they recorded a line for the World War II characters saying tactical nuke inbound. If anyone's got any ideas why that might be, make sure you let me know in the chat, because that seems really strange. There's also voice lines that are particular to this, that they talk about a Nebula V Bomb that's about to go off. Sometimes they'll say it's in the distance, sometimes they'll say it's close, but they'll always kind of let you know that one of these is happening on the map. And like I said, there can only be 3 in a game. There's only ever going to be 3 of these bombs in each game.
Nebula V Bomb has detonated in the distance.
One of the first things that Brug tried, who's playing with me, is whether or not you can fly over this gas, because the normal gas that comes in with the circles, you can't fly over that. Like, no matter how high up you are, you will start coughing and choking. All of us have probably seen that, where like you spawn in the gas and then you immediately start choking, especially on rebirth. That happens quite a lot. With this, you can fly over it for whatever reason. I'm not sure how useful that is, but it does mean it's not going to affect helicopters and planes and stuff like that. And if you were caught in it, you could get one of the Fulton balloons and then like shoot up, get up to the barrage balloons, and then fly out over the top of it. That would be a proper way to escape. One of the other things we tried was using these on one of the sealed hatches. So when we got the Morse code from all of the different hatches, one of them talks about a chemical leak being detected in hatch 4, and it says send team to deploy decon stations. Now, because of the way the hatches are numbered, we think hatch 4 might be the one at ruins, and that's also an odd one out because it's kind of covered in vines and stuff. So I had the idea that maybe like in D Machine, you have sort of something covered in vines and you can use a gas thing to clear it out. maybe that would work. So we set off one of these bombs right next to hatch 4. Sadly, it didn't do anything. It didn't affect the hatch at all. It didn't open it up for us, so that's probably something I think that we're going to just have to wait until they open up the next set of hatches. They've opened up 7 hatches, and they added 1 from the 13 we had originally, so there's 14. So they've opened up half the hatches. I imagine the other half will probably open up either next season or in the season 2 reload or something like that. The next thing we tried was what happens if you set one of these off inside one of the hatches. So we took one of the bombs down into one of the hatches, set it off to see what would happen. Nothing unusual happened really. We set it off in a power plant 1 that's also underneath the waterfall, and as soon as it went off you could see the gas cloud kind of enveloping all of the rocks around it. So it's not like it's confined to the bunker or anything like that. It also didn't change anything in the bunker. So you can set it off below ground and it will still affect the ground level just like it would normally. I also tried seeing what happens if you set one off and then you try to get into a bunker, as if you're trying to like survive the gas in a bunker. So I set one of these off in mines and then went up to the mines bunker, but the gas just comes through the walls. It doesn't make any difference. The gas comes all the way through. There are a load of those personal decontamination station things inside, so I managed to survive just by using 3 of those, sort of keep on chaining them together to keep me alive. So you can do that because there's a bunch of them in there, but the actual bunkers themselves don't provide you with any kind of protection from the gas whatsoever. Then we thought, wouldn't it be awesome if you could put one of these bombs down on one of the things that's moving? So maybe a vehicle, maybe the trams, maybe the gondolas. Thought, how cool would it be if you could like send one of the bombs up on the gondolas all the way up to peak? That would be absolutely awesome. Sadly, when you try to put one of the bombs down on something like this, all that happens is it says that it's not on stable ground, so it can't be deployed. So you can't put it down on anything that's moving. So not on the trams, not on the trucks or vehicles or on the planes or anything like that, not on the gondolas. It's a real shame because I think that would have been super fun being able to have like a mobile way of moving this gas cloud around. Obviously on a vehicle like a truck or a plane, you'd be gassing yourself, so it'd be kind of counterproductive, but it would have been cool if we could put it on the gondolas or the trams or something, but sadly that doesn't work, which is a real shame. While we were doing this, we also found that there's another thing that can stop you from using it. If somebody else has set off a bomb, so if they've started off the timer on theirs, or if the gas cloud is out on theirs, then you can't set yours off. So you can't have 2 of these going at once, or 3 of these obviously. You have to wait until the other person's gas is cleared, then it will let you activate it. So you're just carrying it until then. And be careful, because obviously while you're carrying it, if you get shot or something like that, you can just drop it. It's just an item. It just appears as an orange briefcase. It looks a little bit like the ones that you'd get for the blueprints. You know where you get the special missions that you'd get, the contraband missions back in Verdansk, where you'd pick up one of those blue briefcases and then you'd have a mission to go find a helicopter place and then attach it to a helicopter. It looks like the same model for that, but just orange instead, and it works the same way, where if someone kills it, they can just pick it up.
The Nebula V Bombs.
So that's everything that we've tried so far. If you've got any more ideas for what we could do with these Nebula 5 bombs, please let me know in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to playing some normal Warzone with them and just trying to use them to get some kills. I think that could be a lot of fun. Instead, we were just like really experimenting with the different places you could and couldn't set them off in this video, but it'd be really, really interesting if we could use them sort of offensively and actually use them as kind of a tactical thing to get a bunch of kills. That would be really cool. If you've got ideas, like I said, let me know in the comments below and we'll try out as many of them as we possibly can. If you like these kind of videos, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. Even just you watching this video all the way to the end is a massive help for me. If you want to help me out even more without spending any money or anything like that, click on one of the links at the end of this video. There'll be 2 videos suggested to you, and there'll be a link to my other channel where I put up videos about other games like Elden Ring and stuff like that. So if you want to help out the channel more, just click on some of those links. Just keep on exploring the channel. It has a massive boost for my videos, so I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.